49 minutes after 2. Thank you for staying with us. Our market analysis segment now. Toba Kamete, Treasury Sales Manager with Nedbank Eswatini, is in studio. Very good afternoon to you, Toba. Let's look at the numbers of the day. We'll start with the foreign exchange, but I'm rushing to understand commodities, so I'm a bit conflicted. But let's start with the foreign exchange. It's showing marginal losses today. What factors are driving these mixed performances? Because I'm seeing that the GBP SZL strengthens today. Yeah.
Thank you, Swiso, and good afternoon to your viewers. So when you look at foreign exchange today, I'll start just by giving a brief background with the rand. So the rand yesterday showed a bit of resilience. Statistics South Africa released Q3 GDP numbers, and it showed that the South African economy contracted by 0.3%. The market was anticipating a growth of 0.5%. So we would expect that the rand will lose quite a bit of ground because of that, but it's showing a bit of resistance, and it's still trading pretty much at the same levels that we've been seeing for the rest of the week.
But not what they expected.
No, definitely not what we expected. So it's showing to be a bit resilient. Yeah. Yes. So if you look at the rand against the dollar, it's at 18.1475, having slightly lost about 0.39%. And then against the euro at 19.0545, slightly lower by 23%. And it has gained against the pound. So against the dollar, markets are sort of just cautious today. We have the Fed chairperson giving a speech later on in the day about the trajectory that they are likely to take when it comes to interest rates ahead of their final meeting in December, this month for the year. So investors are sort of waiting to see the tone of that speech and what he's going to share. We are also expecting to see private sector employment numbers coming out of the US today. So all of that information, is keeping investors at bay of making critical decisions. They just want to wait it out and see what happens. You note that against the GBP, the rand has gained a bit of strength there. The chairperson, or rather the governor of the Bank of England this morning, came out to say that they are going to cut interest rates, I think at least about 4 times in 2025. So that has sort of then weakened the Great British Pound.
Yeah, so I suppose businesses, as they, wonder how to navigate these fluctuations, we can't really speak on it right now. They want to wait for tonight.
Yes, they want to see what comes out of the US in terms of the private sector employment number, as well as the interview with the Fed chairperson that he will have that sit down with the Financial Times this afternoon.
All right, commodities. I was rushing to understand this because we're seeing gold going upward, and then Brent crude is edging higher. How do these movements reflect global economic sentiment?
All right, so I'll start with gold. There is quite a uncertainty in the global environment. I think in the Eurozone in France, there is a parliamentary sitting this afternoon where the members are going to vote in a no confidence against the Prime Minister. There's also the South Korean president who introduced or briefly introduced martial law, but has since lifted that. So all of that uncertainty in the global economy makes investors to be a bit jitter about where they put their money. So they then opt for safer haven options like gold. So you'll see the price of gold then edging up 0.2%, trading at 2,648.85 per ounce.
Very expensive.
And then the
Brent crude story?
Brent crude, yes, also up, trading at $73.85 per barrel. So there, a couple of things I think I'll touch on two. The first one is the continuing conflict in the Middle East. Israel saying that if the resolution or the treaty that they are working on fails, then they are going to attack, so that uncertainty then drives the price up, as well as there's an OPEC meeting on Friday no, yesterday, sorry, tomorrow, the 5th. Sorry about that. Just getting my dates mixed. On the 5th of December, which is tomorrow, OPEC will meet and make a decision on their output cuts. We know that they've been scaling back on the amount of oil that they produce. So they are going to make a decision if that is going to continue. Market is speculating that that will continue until the first quarter of 2025. So if that continues, then it means the price of oil is going to go up because then there is less supply.
That's going to hurt. So it's going to hurt
Yeah.
a lot of us. Equities, the S&P 500, as well as the JSE All Share Index, they are posting modest gains. You know, the FTSE on the other side, it surges ahead. What is the story here?
All right, so I'll just start with the S&P 500. As you can see, it's up marginally, 0.05%, trading at $6,049.88. So there, it's mostly led by tech-related stocks. I think the Q3 financial performance numbers that have been coming out, or that these companies are reporting, have been quite good. So investors are then, liking that, and their share prices are then going up, as well as President Trump getting into the White House again. So that has sort of given U.S. stocks, to have quite a good November, I would say.
Yeah, having Elon there surely helps.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the foods, as we've said, it's significantly up 0.56% at 8,359.41 pounds.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the foods, there's quite a few companies that have reported quite good numbers as well. But we are expecting that will sort of come to a decline with the governor saying that they'll be cutting interest rates. And we know that just now, I think AstraZeneca also reported quite a significant losses. So we expect that will sort of start to decline.
Thank you, Toba. Thank you for the insight that you have provided us today. Treasury Sales Manager with Nedbank, Toba Gamete. We'll go for a net break and we'll wrap up the show with Lungelele Masbuya.
Digital helps you make cross-border payments. Human gives you global specialists. Digital allows you to apply for a loan anytime,